right, so tonight we'll go to the Q&A. So tonight I have a number of questions. The question is, how can we not delay any work, whether it is worldly or spiritual work? Now, this question is two parts, worldly and spiritual. Spiritual work, that means spiritual development. Worldly work means that, it can be your career, it can be your daily chores, your daily responsibility towards your family members, towards your household or finance or things like that. This is all worldly in that sense. Spiritual, that means connected to your dana, sila, bhavana, something like that. Now, spiritual work, as much as you can, whenever there is an opportunity and within your means and your ability, your physical ability, your financial means, then when the opportunity arises, then you should do it as much as you can or as best as you can. For example, if a retreat is starting, let's say, then this time you should, if you sign up for 2 weeks and then you make sure you finish that 2 weeks, no matter what, as best as you can. But of course, sometimes when you want to finish the 2 weeks, in between there are death occurs and so on, then of course we have to leave the retreat. But if there's nothing, then we should try to finish it as much as possible. If you sign up for 1 year retreat, let's say, then you try to finish that 1 year retreat. Either you finish that 1 year retreat or you die. That type of mentality, when it comes to spiritual work. So, because we do not know when are we going to die, truly. We do not know when death is going to come. So we do not know whether we're going to die out of COVID or out of cancer or out of whatever, but it will come. So for spiritual work, whenever the opportunity is there, whenever there's an occasion for you to do dana, whenever occasion for you to do keep a sila, to meditate, you do it as much as you can, like there's no tomorrow. As much as you can, as within your means and your ability. Okay, that is for spiritual work. Now, for worldly work, that one you have to consider, because sometimes, sometimes in the phrases that comes out sometimes you read in books or in the WhatsApp, or people send you WhatsApp, people send you in the Facebook. It says you should not you should not procrastinate your work until tomorrow. For tomorrow, you should do it. You should finish it today. Now that type of theme, that type of phrases, that type of statement, those meaning, around that, that you should not delay and so on. Well, that is worldly work. You have to take it with wisdom. This type of meaning, because this type of work, worldly work, you cannot finish. You cannot finish. For example, I'm not asking you to be lazy. What I'm asking you is that you do it within your ability. If you cannot finish, don't overforce yourself and try to finish before tomorrow. If you cannot, then tomorrow, if you can finish it today. If you cannot finish it tomorrow. Don't be so perfectionist. Don't be so perfectionist that you have to finish everything today. If you live with that motto for many years, 20 years, 30 years, that perfectionist type of mentality becomes your suffering mentality. You're going to suffer mentally because you become so easily agitated. You become so easily annoyed when your things are not going your way because your mind is just focusing on finishing. Then if you do like that, you're going to end up with a lot of mental problem. But of course, there are things that at times you need to finish it. But when that time comes in, you do it as required. But if your job every time got deadline and the deadline is so short, so that type of job like supposed to be 3 person to do it, then the boss only have 1 person that is you to do it, and then every time you have to do it, have to have a deadline. Well, you better consider it because that is going to eat into your sanity. It's going to really mentally make you very tension, bodily very tension over time. Once a while, maybe you don't feel it, but over time you're going to feel it. So the worldly work here, you have to see whether it is a need to finish or not. If not able to finish, then tomorrow. Because the worldly work cannot finish one. If the work can finish, then the boss won't hire you. If you can finish all the job, but the job will keep on coming, will never finish because the greed is there. Behind it, the greed is there, and then the greed is there to wanting more and more. It will never finish one. So to the housework and all that thing, you won't able to finish because your house always gets maintenance, there's this and that. So cannot finish, but you do it as best as you can. But don't until you make yourself until you become so tense up. And then when you are so tense up, next time you want to come for your spiritual development, then all this tension you are bringing into your spiritual development, to your meditation, then it becomes a problem. And it becomes a huge problem. So sometimes this one we see it, especially when the yogi comes in the beginning, they begin to meditate at like 50 or 60s, because now they retired already wholesale. They retired already, they got all the time. Okay, now I want to spend my time go and develop already. I start a new life, all my work, I put it all aside. Now I want to start a new life, meditate. And I mean, that is wonderful, But you don't forget that your 30 years or 40 years of your worldly type of mentality, that perfectionist mentality, that anxiety and everything, you are bringing over into your meditation too. Although you are changing, you are not working on it, but your attitude, your stubbornness, sometimes your perfectionist type of mentality, that non-open, that you are more, because sometimes when you work so long, your position also so high, then you carry that conceit also. And when you come into the meditation, you are no more the CEO, you no more all these things, but you still carry that conceit, you still carry that anxiety, you still carry that perfectionist. And when you want to come into the meditation, then you have a lot of problem, a lot of hindrances that is blocking you. So the worldly work, you got to be careful. You got to be careful and not get too attached to it. Don't get too attached to it. But the spiritual work, as I said, you do it as much as you can. As best as you can.